cybernetic enterprises. Kill up and grab your ride-ons. Be ready for surprises. Taxis on the way. We've got a jump to do. Ties will save the day. We're gonna see it through. Count on the hero kids of F99. Taxis on the way. We've got a jump to do. Ties will save the day. We're gonna see it through. Count on the hero kids of F99. We're Dice.
Dice members Jet and his teenage teammates enter into the legendary Heron universe, said to contain the secret of everlasting youth and eternal life. There they encounter the Heron Knights, 5 warriors who operate Nightbreakers, which have the ability to transform from Dino mode into Guardian mode. Are the Heron Knights enemies or allies? What fate awaits Jet and his teammates?
Attack here. Ready to commence, Chow. GTR. Coordinates have been reached. Activate worm drive test procedure. GTR.
How's about we get started? Knowing just how fast the Dragon Fortress can go, I don't know why we need to use the worm drive at all.
Worm drive test procedure complete. Everything's working perfectly.
Dragon Fortress system components all clear, but I've still got a lot to learn about the system's inner workings.
I don't know how we got this thing flying.
You promised you wouldn't say that again, Chow.
Okay, Marcia. Come back to base.
GTR.
After successfully completing their mission to bring a Heronian boy, Clozon, back to his home planet, Jet and his teammates decided to make Sayplow their temporary base.
What? You got it from the Heron Knights?
That's right, isn't it, Mom?
Yes, that's right, dear. Although the man did say he was a former member of the Heron Knights.
Anyway, former knight or not, the man gave the fortress to Clozon, saying he no longer had any use for it. The next thing I know, Clozon is out playing with it and manages to get himself lost.
I'm sorry.
So it originally belonged to a Heron Knight.
We're back. So how did it go? What did you find out? Anything interesting?
We did a survey of the villagers from which we determined the people of Heron generally fall into 2 categories. There are those who live from moment to moment, and there are those who are characterized by a lack of desire to do anything.
Maybe because of their long lifespans.
None of the Heronians seem to be able to quarrel, argue, fight, or get excited about anything.
One of the reasons there are no wars in the Heron universe. Fascinating, huh?
Amazing.
So do you know what happened to the former knight who gave you the fortress?
He went off with some guy named Smill Eerie.
Smeal Eerie?
You mean the Smealeary? Legend has it he's the one who supplies the pellets for our Dino Breakers.
Well, what a coincidence. That Smill Eerie certainly seems to get around, doesn't he?
So I guess that means he's a Heronian.
If that's the case, maybe Dino Breakers originated from Heron too.
What do you say we go meet Smill Eerie and find out for ourselves?
You won't find him here. Come to think of it, he's been away for a while. Ever since the guy who was a former Heron Knight came to see us.
Too bad. We could visit the Immortal Pharaoh.
You've got to be kidding me. The Immortal Pharaoh's way too far away to visit.
How far's too far?
I'll show you. If this is Heron's Gate here, and this is Sayplow here, then the Immortal Pharaoh would be way... Over here!
He's right, that's a long way.
He's standing where the center of the Heron universe would be. Is that where we'd find the sacred planet of Heron?
That's right. The Immortal Pharaoh lives on a satellite called Alec, which actually orbits around the planet Heron.
I can sense that Heron's Gate has been opened. What is your impression of the intruders?
Nothing more than a bunch of kids.
However, they were riding Dino Breakers.
If they pose no threat to the peace and stability of Heron, then I see no reason to take any action against them.
But what if these kids are connected to you-know-who?
Oh, come on, Alma. Why does everything have to be about you-know-who?
How dare you?
Calm down. You're in the presence of the immortal Pharaoh.
Pardon me, Your Majesty.
It doesn't matter.
As for the target, we're still trying to locate him, especially now that the Malice Sword is an issue. Shouldn't we focus on finding him?
No, there'll be no need for that. The sword hasn't been restored to its original state yet, but once it has, I'm sure it will find its way back to me.
Sir. Excuse me.
What is it?
It appears there's a stray Dino Breaker running wild in Zaluan, so I need to go and check it out.
Do you want me to come with you?
No, I'll be fine. Request permission to depart.
Mm-hmm.
Goodbye! You're welcome to visit anytime!
Look at all the food we've got!
I can't wait to tell all my friends about it! But there's no way I can transmit a message. We're way too far out of range.
I can't believe they let us bring all this on board with us.
What a harvest, the fruit of our labor.
More like the fruit of our oil and washer fluid.
And we can all share it equally later on.
Sure, but I'm starving now, so I'll take a little advance payment. Whoa! 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 Oh no! Whoa! Oh, come here! Whoa.
He can't do anything without making a mess of it.
What's wrong with you, you klutz?
Sorry!
Huh? I thought that you'd never find me.
What are you doing here? You should be at home!
Look at this! GTR!
Huh?
I want to be a member of DICE!
You're kidding me!
What is it about DICE that makes you want to join?
Because you guys have a lot of fun.
This sort of excitement and enthusiasm is rare among the Heronians we've studied.
It feels weird asking you this, seeing as you're so much older than us, but does your mother know that you're here?
Mm-hmm. She said it was okay with her so long as I didn't stay out too late.
And exactly what time would she call too late? 10 years from now? 20 years from now?
Until I get bored and want to go home.
Get real, kid!
What's your view on it, Tak? He does have his mom's permission to be here, but...
Chow, return to Saeplow.
Sure, GTR.
No!
Why can't he stay? Look how eager he is to help. I say bring him on board as a trainee or something.
What? Just a minute ago, you were telling him he should be at home.
Yeah, right.
Come on. Isn't a guy allowed to change his mind?
Please let me stay.
So, Captain, what's it gonna be?
I'm sorry.
Tak! You're destroying a young boy's dream! How could you be so cold-hearted? Look how upset he is!
I am not cold-hearted. I'm just
Here we
doing my
go
job.
again.
Guess some things never change.
Guys?
Go ahead, Chow. What's up?
Something on the radar.
Uh-huh.
Here, let me show you.
It's a shipwreck.
If you look closely, you can see that the escape pod is gone. My guess is that they're somewhere on that planet.
What should we do?
We can't just ignore it. We have to do something. Jet, Robert, Marcia, you three come with me to search,
It's called Zaluan.
We'll search Zaluan. The rest of you, check the shipwreck for survivors.
GTR!
Jet, find anything?
No, nothing yet. Me neither.
I hope this isn't a wild goose chase. What is it?
There's people up there.
Huh?
What did they tell you, Clozon?
They're hiding up here because there's a wild Dino Breaker on the loose. They've called in the Heron Knights to come and deal with the situation.
The Heron Knights, huh?
Mm-hmm. They're battling it out in the forest right now.
Only one night? We met him before. That's Zabagun.
I can sense he's close by. Don't let your guard down.
Huh? Found it.
There he is!
There's someone trapped in here! I'd better hurry! Hey! Zack! Zack, it's me! Wake up! Wake up, Zack! Zack, wake up! He can't be... Oh no, please, no! It's not picking up a pulse! Zack!
Fortress, this is TAC.
Got him!
Do you see what I see?
Yeah, that looks like Night Rex.
Whew, quite a battle.
Not bad.
Zabagun, stop fighting! That Dino Breaker isn't dangerous. It belongs to a friend of ours.
Mm-hmm. Well, your friend obviously isn't in the driver's seat because this Dino Breaker wants to fight. And who am I to refuse?
Wake up, Zack! Please, wake up! I'm gonna save you!
That can't be Night Rex.
What is he doing? Please stop it!
I'll use this. Why shouldn't I use my brother's sword?
Hey, Jet, what are you gonna do with that?
Jet, no!
Why don't they stop?
Marcia, we have to intervene.
Lay off of him, Zabagun!
Oh, it's the kid.
You want someone to fight? Let me be your opponent!
You serious?
Oh yeah! Come on!
In that case...
Here we go!
Where did you get that sword?
None of your business!
Do you have any idea what that sword is?
I'm not in the mood for small talk!
Night Pharaoh! Night Break!
Zabagun.
This could be dangerous.
Falasna! Kelowna!
Wow, incredible!
He has tremendous power.
There's no way you could survive a direct hit like that.
Do you think Jet's okay?
Raptor, liver time!
You want to continue fighting?
You bet! How'd you like that?
Sorry, did you start yet?
Watch this!
Jet!
That's it. I'm through.
Not so fast!
Huh?
Long time no see, Zabagun.
Well, well, if it isn't Zack.
Huh? Zack! Whoa! Is that you, big bro? You're alive?
Yes, Jet. You found me.
You two are related?
Of course. But how come you know my big brother anyway?
He used to be a colleague of mine.
You mean you worked with him?
I recognize that guy. He's the one who left the Dragon Fortress behind for me.
Are you sure about that? If so, the former Heron Knight must be...
That's right, Marcia. It's Zack.
This is way too confusing. You're gonna have to explain it to me, Zack.
Well, I used to be a member of the Heron Knights, but when I left, I took the Malice Sword, and that's why they're after me.
And the dragon.
You want the sword?
You have no intention of giving it back.
That's true.
The immortal Pharaoh is in no hurry for it, at least not while the Malice Sword is in its current state.
You mean to say that you don't want it back until the sword's been restored to its original form?
If that's what you want to think.
Huh?
Now, Jet.
I thought you had died. Where have you been? I was so happy to see you last time, and then you disappeared without even saying goodbye. I looked everywhere to try and find you.
I'm sorry, Jet, but you have to try and understand. You must forget me.
What do you mean? I could never forget you, Zack.
I can't let you get involved with my battle.
In your battle? Your battle against who?
The immortal Pharaoh and the Heron Knights.
You mean those guys are your enemies? But exactly what have they done to turn you against them?
The immortal Pharaoh thought I wasn't any match for him. My first task is to restore this sword to its original state. Then I can proceed.
What are you talking about? You mean that isn't just an ordinary sword?
It's one of the swords that keep the Heron universe under control.
Sorry, but I don't get it.
There are two swords that control Heron. One is the Luma Sword, the provider of life. The other sword is the one your brother has taken, the Malice Sword, which is the provider of death.
Death? What are you doing with that thing, Zack? You've got to get rid of it!
I wish I could, but the sword has selected me.
Huh? This is just a joke! Come on, you're kidding me, right?
Goodbye, little brother.
Zack, come back here! Where are you, Zack?
The Phantom Knight has once again disappeared without explanation, leaving his brother Jet behind. What is he trying to accomplish here in the Heron universe? And what is the secret behind the Malice Sword?